Wilmette just had a home fall out of contract that was listed for over $2 million. I think the buyer was paying somewhere around 2.3. So they were worried because of the changes in the market, how the market had gone down, all the uncertainty in the world. So for their personal financial situation, they pulled out of the deal. And there are others who have concern. However, at the same time, in Wilmette, the demand is high enough that it hasn't changed the demand level in this home. Like, there's a lot of interest in the home just consistently right after the deal fell off the market. So I'm pretty certain it will go under contract pretty soon. And I have a client myself who is probably going to take a look at the house. So overall, the market's extremely strong, but then these things start to creep in. And in neighboring Winnetka, there have been some incredible sales. I mean, high sales on the lake, off the lake, and the house of W. Clement Stone, which is kind of an iconic North Shore home on the lake on Sheridan Road, is being torn down, and a new home is being built. There's a small private beach, not private, but public beach, right next to that home. That's kind of a local kind of little treasure, because you have to know how to get in there, and it's a public beach. So the market is very strong. Wilmette right now is sizzling because of the downtown area has Small Cheval opening, another restaurant, has a new Mediterranean restaurant, has all the existing restaurants that are crushing it, and then has a lot of music and entertainment during the summer. So the other thing that's happening in Wilmette right now is the Ramona School District, which is a little further west, has really had a pretty good uptick. That's kind of where the prices are overall a tiny bit lower in Wilmette. More split level homes, which they're not really in other parts of Wilmette, so it's kind of unique that way. And these homes are now being knocked down. People are buying new construction homes. I've sold a couple of them that have been priced anywhere from like 1.8 to 2.2. And these homes would be $800,000 or $1 million more in East Wilmette, and people are loving it. The school is phenomenal, has great, great school, and it also has lower prices, and people in Wilmette, they love it. They don't want to pay an extra $800,000 or $1 million to be close to the lake. So Ramona is definitely kind of interesting right now, and I have a couple builders that have called me wanting more land there and want to build there more. I think the profit margins are pretty high for them. There's a big kind of push in that area. You're close to the pool, you're close to the junior high, you're close to the middle school, you're close to everything once your kids get past 4th grade. It's much more convenient in Ramona, but you are, further from the lake. So, but it's a short drive. So these are some of the pretty darn interesting things going on in Wilmette right now. And I will say, Wilmette is a big brouhaha, going on. I'm not really sure what the latest is. It keeps changing, the news coming out of the village, but about putting up fences on the southern end of the beach in Wilmette and charging residents and non-residents to access it. So it's definitely polarized. People on each side, because the beach has always been, I guess, open on that section. So we will see what happens. Regardless, it's a beautiful beach. You're going to be able to get into it either way. And, there's a dog beach down there too. And the fireworks are down there. And then the existing public beach. And then you have the sailing beach where you can have paddle boards, small sailing boats, take sailing lessons. And then there's a row of homes that are now valued at around $20 million to $30 million that have not sold, but that's probably, a good guesstimate of the value of the homes that are on that strip of beach right there in Wilmette. Very limited number of homes on the lake, whereas neighboring Winnetka has more in Kenilworth. So just call, text, email if you want any off-market options, to understand the different areas in Wilmette and what might be best for you. Just give a call. One more thing about Wilmette is, besides the highly ranked schools and the park district and the pool and the proximity to the city and to Evanston, which is quite fun, and then you also have Winnetka and the rest of the North Shore on the other side. So you're right in the middle, and you get to experience more North Shore or more of a city vibe in Evanston, and a short ride along the lakefront to downtown Chicago, because the expressway has construction projects from time to time, like right now. So you are not tied completely to the expressway. You can go on Lakeshore Drive, get downtown, look at the lake the majority of the ride, and it's very enjoyable and pretty efficient drive. So again, just call if you have any questions.